Today, I'm talking to Brittany Marshall. She is the founder of My Brown Box, which was originally one of the first subscription box services catered to Black women. Now, it's a digital community that promotes self-love and healthy lifestyle choices for, again, Black women. Because, let's be honest, we need our own shit. My Brown Box has over 55,000 followers on Instagram and was recently featured on Beyonce's directory of Black-owned businesses. Simply put, Brittany is not playing with y'all.
Before we forget, I know you said you wanted to talk about baby hairs.
Oh yeah, baby hairs. Like, cause I was like, I think that we just like to buy, we like to try new things. Discovery is a big part of the process, and thinking that like these different products are going to give us different results. You know how like you go to the hair aisle and on the bottles, like it tells you a lot of time like what the results are gonna be. Like curly defined and I don't know, stretched,
Yes.
twist out. You go down the aisle and these labels kind of like read to you what your results are going to be. And I think that in itself is like, obviously branding and marketing is just like feeding into our psyche. What would make us embrace our natural hair more like in its purest natural state? And that's if we see more representation for younger girls to see their moms or like women figures in their lives embracing their natural hair. Do you remember the Addie dolls, like the American Girl dolls?
Mm-hmm.
And Addie was a slave with like 4 straight hair. So,
I didn't know that.
Her hair was very straight. Maybe it was pressed. I don't know. But, there are Black women right now creating dolls that have natural hair to kind of fill that gap within the toy market, but it's still not enough. These women that these men or whomever would compare you to, like an Erykah Badu or Jill Scott, they love themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's important. Like, we love ourselves, and these guys, at the end of the day, they should be happy that that they're meeting a woman that actually embodies like confidence and self-love. You know what I'm saying? Because it only will benefit them even more. Like, if you got a Black woman who loves herself, she's probably gonna love you.
I think part of loving yourself, sometimes that journey is in loving your hair. And a lot of times, I know that sometimes you can be disappointed when you come to find what your hair texture actually is. And then at some point, you learn in your journey, you learn to accept that. Who cares, like, what society has deemed to be the right texture? Like, your texture is the right texture because it's your texture,
Right.
And still, also, while doing that on the same token, embracing other styles because you're Black and you can embrace other styles. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can do what other people can't.
Our journey is the key thing. Like, that's the most important piece of it, because in that journey is where we begin to love ourselves, embrace ourselves, be confident with ourselves, and to be able to reinforce that message, like, through our entire embodiment, like through our spirit. Normalize buying Black, period. I think that we really have to like work on our way of thinking, because like it starts with us. At the end of the day, like, we move the culture, and if we start to use our voices and to advocate like for our people and for our businesses and things of that nature, they're gonna start too. So
nobody's gonna root for us but us. Like, at the end of the day, no other race. It's not even just white and Black. It's really Black and everyone else.
Like, we gotta address the root of things before we can like begin to really start to change. It starts with our mindset. For these companies, it's profit over people. Like, I saw this, or no, I think I was listening to a podcast, and they was like, someone said like, our trauma is not your trend. These companies need to realize it's not about creating a product like Band-Aid did just for us to wear. It's about like putting us at the table, putting money in our pocket. When we have the power, we kind of can do our own thing. We feel more comfortable using our voices and speaking up and taking up space. And that's why we need our own. That's why we need our own shit.
It all goes back to that. We just need our own. We're not buying blindly anymore. Like I'm looking at your views and your values before I buy anything from you. And it is what it is at this point.
Interesting.
It's so sad too, because we have no solutions here. Like it's
just talk. It's just conversation.
It's like I be trying to find a solution. I'm like, well, dang.
I think that it starts with us, though.
Part of the solution is having the conversation. Sometimes being able to address the problem creates way for a solution.